Okay, I guess I am live. I have to delete the other. I'm trying to figure out how to. Okay, let me turn that on. I'm trying to figure out how to actually do this correctly because I created one video on my live stream page for YouTube and um it didn't even pull up. I don't know how to, if I create a future stream on YouTube and it doesn't pull up, I don't know how to connect the two between StreamYard. I don't know if anybody knows or if anybody's watching, but I had to get a friend of mine create the thumbnail. Um, it's still on my upcoming page. I'll get on camera here in a second. Let me start. Let's start here. Hold on a second. I gotta put a. Let's start here. Okay, everybody's in here. Um, go ahead and hit the like button so I can come on screen. Let me get these likes as much as I can. Need them as much as I can. Like, share, subscribe, repost, retweet, chop me up, put me out there. I guess that's how you go big from these kind of things, right? Let me present first where we are. I wanted to do a show primarily on the polls for those that joined me last time. And this is where we are. Go through these polls one by one. Donald Trump is now in the lead. He is now in the lead, and in the election overall, this is according to Real Clear Politics. Real Clear Politics aggregates several different polls, and he's in the lead now. The Emerson poll, which came out 2 days ago, has him up, or has it tied. The New York Times poll has them tied, and the CNN poll has them tied, and the Wall Street Journal has Donald Trump up 3 points. So let me check my comments here. Let's see who we got in here. 1920. Yeah, Cooley, I'm sorry about that. I was trying to figure out how we will. So originally I had everything put together. I had a friend do the thumbnail, but I couldn't link up my server with the StreamYard. But don't worry, we'll be here for a very, very, very long time tonight. We will be here for a very long time tonight. I will be on here for a while. I have never done and I would like for you, my subscribers, whomever you may be, chat, tell me what you want me to do, what you want me to react to. I'll get on camera in a second. Let me gotta put my sweater on. Hold on a second. Yeah, so I'll be back. I'm back now. Tell me what you want me to react to. We're here. I'm here. You're here, and let's get to it. So polls right now we're looking at, Donald Trump is up a tenth of a point. And if we remember a couple of days ago, the last time I actually streamed, let's go 7 days ago, Harris was up an eighth of a point. And this was about a week ago. Well, she was up a ninth of a point a week ago, and now Donald Trump has slowly taken the lead. Let's see where it was 14 days ago. So about 2 weeks ago, Harris was up close to, I remember getting on checking it daily, and Harris was up 1.7. Yeah, close to 2. I remember being up close to 2 points. Let's see the biggest lead that she had through the entire. I just remember it constantly being, yeah, close to 2 points. Her being up 2 points. So 30 days ago, she was up 2 points. 30 days ago, 2 points. Really, 14 days ago, 2 points. See, 3 months. Largest lead she'd had been 2 points. Yeah. So about 30 days ago. And this is not good. I do not think this bodes well for her. Let me see if I can blow my screen up a little bit more. Let me see. I love Real Clear Politics. It's a decent site of aggregating data. Okay, what I want you to take a look at. Okay, move. I don't like this because I can't scroll to the side. So, can you see my screen? This is what's odd. Look at this. In 2020, at the same time, Biden was up 7 points. And in 2016, Clinton was up 6 points, or close to 6 points. I mean, this is bad. I'm reading every Leslie K says, "Do you, fam?" Thank you. I appreciate that. Tay K says, "Do you think Trump has any?" It's possible. I mean, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I saw a stream earlier today with Andrew Wilson, where Andrew Wilson was saying everybody everywhere should go out and vote so he may have a chance to win the popular vote. I'm going to cover about 10 subjects tonight. Well, probably more than that. Like I said, I want to be here. I need hours. I got to start doing this stuff for hours so I can get to those numbers that everybody else has. Because I took like a year off. You know what I mean? So, got to get back in the gym too. I don't think I got any shoulders here. Got to get back in the gym a little bit, So, of course, drinking liquid death, you know, low calorie version of my sweet tea. I'm going to go back to, I don't think he's winning despite the support. Interesting. You don't think he will win the election, Cooley? We got 17 people in here. Can I get my likes, please? Please, can I get my likes? You do not think he would win. You got to explain that to me, Cooley, why you don't think he'd win. I don't know. We don't know what happened. We don't know what's happening. I know that several things, in my opinion, have changed to make things seem not as they appear. When I see stories about the FBI meddling with crime statistics, and I see revised job numbers, and I see things like that, um, it makes me believe, it's all to give the appearance of things are fine. When I see things like major oil buybacks and things like that to make it seem like the oil production is going well, but you have the government, which, well, I won't say the government, but the presidential administration halting oil licenses, then releasing the oil licenses, then uh, draining the reserves, then buying back the reserves. And I think some of that was smart on Biden's behalf, because I think they sold it off at like $96 a barrel, but then bought it back at like 76. So, oh wow, my friends here, we got to start streaming together, because like I said, the second Air Jordan 14. I'll go ahead and do it. Friends here, Goth Batty, appreciate it. Yeah. So this right here, this doesn't look good. This does not look good given everything. We can go through all. I actually kind of want to go through all these different polls, and I want to break it down. The first reason why I want to break it down, I don't want to be boring, but I need the stream time. So let's go through. I'm going to go through the Emerson. I'm going to click on the Emerson one right now. Okay, so the Emerson one is leading this. I'm going to share this tab instead. Okay. Emerson College polling, a national survey. Wow. So the Emerson College polling, this is what we had. This one was tied. I think, let me go back here. What did Emerson have him at? Okay, so Emerson had it tied right here. This is the newest one. I believe the sample is probably 1,000 with a margin of error of 3. Okay, so let's just go here and see what Emerson's on here talking about. So if you see the Emerson poll, it had Donald Trump down 4 points in August, down 2 points in September, 2 points in October, and now we're tied up. Wow, with 10 days till Election Day. Spencer Kimball, Executive Director, Independents breaking for Trump. In this poll, Independents report breaking for Trump 49 to 46%. Wow, a reversal from 2020. So the independents, so basically, they're just saying that the independents, that Trump is winning over independents. Independents at this point in 2020 were voting for Biden. Yeah, we can go through. I feel you, Cooley. I feel you. 27 people here. Get the likes up if you can. Robert, we can go through Rogan. It's you know what? It's 3 hours. Fuck it. I need the time. I need the stream time, bro. I need the stream time. Everybody's been telling me to come back. I guess I'm back now. Just when I was out, they pulled me back in, like off of the Godfather Part 3. Okay. So the independents. So the independents went from 49 to 46. So Donald Trump is doing very well amongst independents from this. Male voters are up by 13%. What I find to be interesting about that is this. I told you when I got on here, the man-woman issue will be a political issue, whether you like it or not. And we're seeing it just by this. Because men and women now, this isn't just about gender. This is more about politics. These are political groups. Political groupings were based upon race and ethnicity. Now they're going to be based upon gender, right? So a larger margin in 2020. So men at 13 points, women. Well, women are underperforming for Biden. Like I said, this is a very interesting. This is very interesting right here. When asked when they made up their mind for president, 80% said they made up their mind over a month ago. That's why I don't like. I didn't necessarily like when people were talking about, oh, the policies. Let me turn my mic up a little bit. The policies. It's never been about policy. Nobody really cares about policy. This is how you make people feel. If people really cared about policy, the other side would not have opinions on the other side not caring about policy. You know, I mean, if I'm a conservative and I think men and women's restrooms and all that kind of stuff is weird, why would I think that the other side, that shows in the other side is one, if they're Democrats, why would I think that policy matters? Why would I then focus on, oh, the policy? We need to talk. And that's really a way to weaken the conservative message. Oh, because that's usually the way that conservatives try to dumb Donald Trump down is, "Oh, he doesn't need to attack a race. He needs to talk about policy." Well, no. Nobody really cares about policy. Let's be honest here. So 80% over a month ago, 10% the past month, 7% in the past week, 4% said they have not made up their mind yet. 62% of voters under 30 made up their mind a month ago, while 20% made up their mind in the past month. And that's talking about this poll. That's not generally speaking. Here we go right here. Regardless of whom they will vote for, 50% think Trump will win the election and 49% think Harris will win the election. Over half of likely voters, Biden, that's what Pete Buttman said on CNN, is that we're no longer running against Biden, and I think Pete Buttigieg was right, but whatever his name, I think he's right. And the thing about Pete Buttigieg he's a very good debater. Um, I don't approve of a lot of his policy, but he's a very good debater. He's had some very um, good segments on Fox News. And I'm not a fan of his, but I give respect where respect is due. Okay, let's see what we got here. Legalizing marijuana from this poll, which is a non-issue to me. I don't understand what that has. Let's go through these full results real quick. Okay. Let's get into the spreadsheets. Get out of my, okay. Wow. It's funny, guys. Check this out. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit more. We're not getting the full story on this poll. Look at this. If the president election were held today, which would you would vote for, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? Donald Trump actually won this poll by one more vote. So it technically has them in this Emerson poll, it has them tied. But looking at these numbers, Trump is up one vote. So from 1,000 people, I want to know how they tabulated this. They do it through phone calls. So 100 more Kamala voters think that Donald Trump is going to be president. Well, let me see. Hold on a second. 504. Yeah. So no, not 100 more. So at least 7 of these people, or 14 of these people, think that Kamala is going to be president. Trump is going to be president. So even though they're voting for her. Let's see how they feel about Kamala Harris. Very unfavorable. 433. Donald Trump has a little bit more on the unfavorable category. Otherwise, it's pretty. Which candidate do you think is more down to earth? They said Kamala Harris, but it's still correlating to the voter numbers. But I think Donald Trump should be up, but hers a little bit more. Look at this. The most. This is what I think. When I tell you things aren't as they appear right now in the world, this shows me right here. Because by all metrics, liberals say that our economy is fine. Look at this. Look at this. 452. Most of these people think, and there's no other number in this that comes close to this, is the economy. Jobs, tax. It's funny because these 3 things matter, right? By all metrics, people can argue that this economy is a good one. They can say that, well, we have a low unemployment rate, the GDP is growing, but there has to be other metrics for this. Jobs, inflation, taxes. I think personally, and you guys can type it in the chat, I don't think that there are real jobs out here. I don't think that there's real employment out here. I just don't. I think that a lot of these jobs that they're saying need to be filled. Well, we know that the jobs are not necessarily real because they revised the job numbers. I got to go more into that. I'm pretty sure somebody can find a way to debunk the job number revision, but I want to look that up in the stream. 452. The job is the most inflation too. Inflation is crazy right now. So most of these people lived in the suburbs. Most of these were Biden. Most of the people were Biden voters, but a slim margin were for Trump. Ghost jobs. I agree. I agree. They're not that right there. You know, these are some things I wish our government would start cracking down on. Ghost jobs. It's this is why it's so hard for me now to be so rah 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 for big corporations and um, to be very forward for them. And when I say forward, I mean they're advocate, doing what's best to create an environment for them and things like that. Because when I look at the things that truly concern me in the world, when I think about homes, right, and the affordability of homes, and and I think about companies like BlackRock or whomever buying these real estate, like buying all the real estate and things like that, and people not being able to really afford a home. That kind of scares me a little bit for selfish reasons. Not just because I want to be the guy to own a home with a white picket fence, but I also want to be the guy to eventually make money from selling homes and from real estate as well. That concerns me with banks and things like that, and large financial institutions buying homes and maybe causing these prices to go up. Ghost jobs or something. Marcus asked the question, what do you mean by ghost jobs? So what's happening is there are a lot of jobs out there that are being advertised as open when they're not. And this is something relatively new to where when you go on, hey, Alexandria, when you go on to Indeed or LinkedIn, you'll see companies and they'll be posting jobs, and it's to give the illusion that these jobs are open, but they're not. And people have complained about this because I don't, like I said, I don't see. I think everybody right now is somewhat hurting because most of these companies are not hiring. So the companies will list like I'm looking for an accountant, but they never had an accountant position open. And they're doing that to give the illusion that, hey, we actually have jobs, but nobody's filling them, that type of thing. So that's to answer your question. A lot of times, it's a good point. A lot of times they have to post it, but have an internal candidate lined up for it. Interesting. Um, can we say that the talking point? Yeah, but I think the economy, Robert says, can we say the talking point from 2022 is BS, saying the right lost midterms over abortion? Yeah, the economy was um the economy is different from 2022. I mean, this is up. This is a good point. Places take your information and share your information, and they do that. This is true. This is definitely true. This is definitely true. Um, let's look at the people that they surveyed in this. Wow. I would say Hispanics are underrepresented in this, and Black people are pretty much represented, true to number, um, from this ballot polls. Okay, age groups are pretty well split. We know most people that are people less likely to show up to vote are going to be people in this age group, 18 to 29. Huh. Yep. I mean, let's go to the next poll. I'm going to go to the next one. Let's go share this tab. I want to go to this New York Times one. Let's see which poll is. Wow, this Morning Consult. This right here interviewed the most people. It said Harris was up 4 points. That was 4 days ago. I'll get to that. Let me look at this New York Times poll really quick, and then I'm going to I'm going to skip down to this Morning Consult poll. That's the one that had Harris up the most, actually. God. You know, the New York Times is so ridiculous. They're probably not even going to let me look at this poll. Yeah, screw the New York Times. All right, share this tab instead. Yeah, they're not even going to let me look at their poll at all. Let me go to Morning Consult. This poll had 8,500 people that they sampled. Let me look at this Morning Consult poll. Share this tab. Okay, this doesn't give me much to go on, as you would expect, right? This is the poll that had Harris up the most, but then it has, what the hell? I don't understand this. Hmm. Oh, okay. This is just giving an overall breakdown. All voters, 50. It's still, Donald Trump is still 46, so she's up 4 points with this. I need a little bit more detail on how this poll was conducted. No, we're gonna watch. Can I live stream the Rogan on here? Can I say fair use or whatnot? Will they let me do that? Can somebody check that out for me? This is more liquid death, my man. So I have a whole plan of things that I want to do. So I wanted to go over those polls. Let's go back to this tab. Let me see. I had a whole. I'm letting Chat GPT give me ideas for the show. Okay. So polls, celebrity power in campaigns is one of the things. So we all know uh, Kamala recently went. Let's see if I can. Fair use, by the way. We all know that Kamala recently did a. Oh, Angry Man's actually doing this too. I see Angry Man doing a Joe Rogan breaks the internet poll. Yeah, I mean, it's gotten a ton of views. I just don't know if we can share it on here. I'm not necessarily sure. Let's see. Trying to see if I can. Can somebody? Okay. So I want to see if I can get any clips of Beyonce yesterday. 'Cause I know Kamala went with Beyonce yesterday. There was a Beyonce. Uh, do I have to put this in the United States? Works of commentary, criticism, news reporting may be considered fair use. Okay, let's see. Okay, hold on a second. There is a. I'm gonna pull this clip up from CNN of what Beyonce said about Kamala. So did Beyonce actually? Okay, let's see. Share this tab instead. Fair use, by the way. Um, okay, let's see what we got here. Is this Kelly? Kelly Rowland's in a big suit.
It's Kelly.
Okay, so there's Kelly. Okay, I'm gonna try to skip to where they actually start talking. Where's Michelle? That's the real question. Where's Michelle and Latoya Luckett? Latoya Luckett's probably at the Trump rally, right?
Welcome. A day, a time, a moment with trying to write an American story.
What did she say?
American story that would deny the right for women to make our own decisions about our bodies.
Why is she wearing this big suit? I don't understand the big suit. I know, right?
Houston, we are grabbing back the pen.
Looks like Diddy and Mace in that More Money, More Problems video. All right, that's enough of you. Let's hear what old Beyonce has to say.
H-Town. We are so happy to be standing here on this stage as proud country Texas women supporting and celebrating the one.
Does anybody know? Does anybody notice how Beyonce has switched up so much, though? Is anybody noticing this? Like how she's changed so much? Because remember when she did that whole Black is King crap, right? It's like she went from formation to that Black is King crap to then now she's pro America. Now all of a sudden she's pro America. It was get in formation, screw the cops with the person twerking in the video, the thing twerking in that video. Then you went from king is black, black is king, or whatever, all that crap. Then now it's funny. She's just riding waves. Now that she sees that music largely is leaving rap and more urban and more black music and going to country music. Now she wants to jump on that bandwagon. And that's what's funny about even the Drake culture vulture stuff. Look at how many of these rappers, how many of these niggas are jumping on tracks with Morgan Wallen and stuff. Like, who's the real culture vulture, right?
One and only Vice President Kamala Harris. A woman who's been pushing for what this country really needs right now. Unity.
Wait a minute. She didn't even perform? Bro, she did not perform? That's crazy. She just spoke. She didn't even perform. At least Meg the Stallion performed.
It's impossible not to feel the energy in this room, the positivity, the community, the humanity. We are at the precipice of an incredible shift, the brink of history. I'm not here as a celebrity. I'm not here
God, she's horrible.
as a politician.
Yeah, you're here as an opportunist.
I'm here as a mother. A mother who cares deeply about the world my children and all of our children live in. A world where we have the freedom to control our bodies.
How are you?
A world where we're not divided. Our past, our present, our future merge to meet us here. Imagine our daughters growing up seeing what's possible with no ceilings, no limitations. Imagine our grandmothers. Imagine what they feel right now. Those who have lived to see
Hers feels nothing because she's dead.
this historic day. Even those who are no longer physically with us. Imagine all of their sacrifice.
Yeah,
the sacrifices made so we can witness.
Yeah, they sacrifice so a bunch of immigrants can come here and have the same rights as you. Makes total sense. I'm sure when they were getting their asses beaten, hoses and dogs were biting chunks out their ass when the cops were just beating the shit out of these people. I'm pretty sure when, the people who were marching in the South in the 60s, when they had their asses bit up by dogs and were sprayed with hoses, they're like, I'm doing this for a bunch of immigrants to come here so they can be the same as me. Yeah, it makes total sense.
The strength of a woman.
She almost made me laugh with that one.
Standing in her power.
Look at it. Look at this. Look at this guy in the back here. Look at this. Look at him beating his chest.
Standing.
Sacrifices
made so we can witness the strength of a woman.
Look at this.
Standing.
Look at him smacking his chest.
Reimagining what leadership is.
Yeah, all right. I'm done with this. Let's see where we going next. Didn't Donald Trump have? Let me see. I'm gonna go here real quick. I gotta find another. I had to pull up another tab really quick. I had to pull up another tab because didn't Donald Trump? He had Antonio Brown. Trump. Antonio Brown. I gotta wait for the stupid ad to. I wait for this dumb ad to go through. Yeah, Beyonce is talking. Sounds like an idiot to me. So, all right, let's see what Donald Trump was talking about.
NFL stars, Antonio Brown. Oh, he was a good player. He was a good player. And Le'Veon Bell, really good players. And Mike Wallace, come on up, fellas. Come
Wow,
on.
Mike Wallace was there? Who remembers Mike Wallace, bro? Mike Wallace was fast on the Steelers. They were, I remember, were they all there at the same time? Was they all there at the same time? Fair use.
Let's vote for Trump, baby. Make some noise for the president.
Le'Veon. Mike Wallace. Good. Yeah. Yeah, Mike Wallace was fast. He used to have the little he used to have a little mohawk. Yeah, he used to have a little mohawk. But of course we all don't know Le'Veon was the truth.
Let's go, Trump. You already know. Vote Trump. Let's go. Here we go, Steelers. Here.
Okay. All right, let me get up out of there. It's crazy, man. Okay, so one of the things I do know is I've been seeing this, right? Because it's saying the MSG rallies. Apparently, Donald Trump is going to go and he is going to have a rally in New York. He's having a rally in New York City because there are a lot of seats in New York City which are being contested for the Republican Party. And I'll look up some of those seats now here in the while we watch this video for fair use. Let me see. Trump, New York seats. Yeah, because there's a lot of seats in the House. Let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. From what I can see based on this, let me share this tab. This is from Politico. It's saying that Long Island, that there are some Republicans that are having some pretty contested. Okay. Let me see this. Okay, so they're trying to flip some Democratic seats in Long Island, and they need Trump to help with that. Okay. Interesting. So with Trump's criminal sentence in Manhattan was postponed. Interesting. I want to see who he's talking about here. Okay. Anthony D'Esposito. I'll look him up in another tab while we're watching this. Oh, it brought out. So Anthony D'Esposito. There are 5 freshman Republicans in New York facing tough re-election fights. That is, I mean, if they won 2 years ago, I'm sure they can win now. All right, let's see what this is. Let's see what they're saying right here. So,
for Donald Trump's rally planned at Madison Square Garden tomorrow will be exceptionally tight. Mayor Eric Adams says there will be multiple checkpoints around MSG as well as different layers of surveillance. And after 2 assassination attempts, the only time the former president is expected to be seen out is when he walks out onto the stage. Expect street closures in the area, and we're also talking about cars as well as pedestrians. The mayor advises all New Yorkers to take public transportation to get around it.
let me see.
And while we will always respect and protect,
He's in trouble too. When is he going to New York? Trump going to, yeah, let me see. When is he going to MSG? When is this happening? Oh, he's going tomorrow. He's going Sunday. Okay. Wow. Yep, October 27th at 5 p.m. Okay, so the rally will be at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Interesting. All right, let's go back to what Eric Adams is talking about.
protect the right to peaceful protest. There will be zero tolerance for crime, blocking traffic,
Oh no, conservative. I got back on these back in these YouTube streets.
orderly behavior.
In advance of tomorrow, today, Trump spent the day campaigning in both Michigan and Pennsylvania. And the big names continue campaigning for Vice President Kamala Harris this afternoon.
God, there goes Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama taking the stage with the vice president in the
Big woman, man. That's a big person.
state of Michigan. This is the first time the former First Lady has hit the campaign trail for Harris. And during her speech, the former First Lady praised Harris, saying she dominated Trump so much so during the debate that Trump appears to be too scared to face Harris again.
Interesting. That is interesting. That's interesting. Wasn't Charlamagne the God crying about something? Maybe we can take a look at that. You hear about Charlamagne the God crying to Anderson Cooper? I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen something like Charlamagne the God. I don't know if I've ever seen something as fake as this. I don't know if I ever seen a guy who made his career telling women to their face he wants to suck a fart out their butts, or, telling guys, that they're waffle colored Negroes. He was the politically incorrect voice in all of media at one point in time. He was the shock jock. And it's funny just to see him and Howard Stern now become the arbiters of morality, right? These guys are trying to say what is moral, what is right, what is wrong, when they made a whole career of doing this. And I know what happened. Somebody went to the Breakfast Club the day after Donald Trump won and said, "You Negroes better get in line." Boy, they went to Charlamagne the God and said, "Boy, tell you what you're gonna do." They cracked that whip on him and told him, from now on, you're going to talk about politics, and you're going to talk about Donald Trump, and you're going to push political correctness. No more of roasting Cassie on air. No more of calling Cassie's music terrible. You will join the fight for what is PC. No more. This is what you're going to be known as. You're going to be the victim to talk about racial oppression and all these things that you've never really experienced at all. And as a trade, we're gonna take those black scars off your face.
her saying that she thinks that she believes Donald Trump is a fascist got a lot of headlines because it was the first time that she said it. She's been going along for days saying Mark Milley said he's a fascist. This person said this. You raised the question of authenticity in your interview with her, and that was an authentic moment where she says, "Yeah, I do think he's a fascist," and I think that's why it had a reaction. Donald Trump, he for whatever you think about him, if you like him, if you hate him, he is certainly who he is. He's showing us who he is every single day.
Yeah, which is a fascist. And it's crazy because you still don't have a news network.
This guy, the word fascist never came out of his mouth until 2017. He never studied the different beliefs he never studied communism, socialism, fascism. He never studied these different political beliefs before Donald Trump won. He never studied these. He never even spoke like this. He never talked about fascism ever, like ever, until Donald Trump won. You weren't even talking like this before. But Drake is a culture vulture, though, right? Drake doesn't know who he is. Drake is leeching off the culture, right? But what are you doing?
Works having that conversation. Like when somebody says, when somebody questions Kamala Harris's blackness or is he a DEI hire, y'all will have roundtable discussions about that, asking that question. How come you're not having roundtable discussions asking, is Donald Trump a fascist?
It's ridiculous, bro.
Actually, not even asking it, stating it. I mean, when you look at the things that he's talking about doing, jailing journalists, jailing his political opponents, turning the military on American citizens. The guy said he wanted to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. How come that is not the topic of discussion on networks like CNN every day?
But do you think
the only reason that you know about him saying these things is because CNN reported it, dummy? The only reason you even know about this stuff is because CNN reported that. What an idiot.
That, I mean, you were raising this with Kamala Harris about her own authenticity, about her own willingness to just, say things that aren't
Trump, because I don't know why.
The rhetoric. This nigga wants to talk about rhetoric. This nigga has the nerve to talk about rhetoric. What did you make a career doing? What was his career? What was his claim to fame? Because it needs to happen.
Which about somebody who wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election.
Bro, please don't give me this Constitution crap. Like, please don't give me the Constitution crap. You don't worship the Constitution. Has its opinions on you being black. Why do liberals why do people who have worked to change the Constitution now want to bring up what the Constitution is? What the Constitution said. Now the Constitution matters. It didn't matter when during Brown versus Board. It didn't matter, during slavery. It didn't matter during all those times. It matters now, though, right?
President, and
I'm especially if that president is a fascist. That's talking about putting people in camps. That's talking about, once again, terminating the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election.
Terminating.
About,
he keeps saying the same things.
Political opponents.
He said the same things over and over and over again, bro. Like, bro, like it says that you're 3/5 of a person in the Constitution, bro. Don't give me that shit. Like, nobody thinks that the Constitution is this all-powerful document, or you wouldn't be trying to change it. But what am I talking about? This nigga never even read the Constitution until his slave masters at the Breakfast Club pulled him behind a door and gave him the whip to the lash to the back and told this nigga that now you got to perpetuate liberal nonsense, bro.
That rhetoric doesn't scare people.
We talk about this every single. This is what
I don't think they're talking about this every.
They definitely talk about this every day, bro. Like this is clown talk
every night.
I don't think y'all have enough conversations about it. I feel like I heard
every night. Like I gotta go with I gotta go with CNN on this one. They talk about this shit every day. Eric, don't do that. It's in the Constitution. Am I wrong? It's in the Constitution. What do you mean expect more from me? Why do people act like the Constitution is this perfect document? I don't get that when one side is like, well, especially this side. This side acts like the Constitution is this all-powerful document. He's trying to overturn these niggas are using I'm telling. Okay, bro. Okay, all right. Now you about to make me go off. You got was about slaves, not black people. I'm just saying in general. I'm just saying in general. I'm saying that it has its weak points. That's what I'm saying, that people seek to change things. There's also things about slavery in the Constitution. It's if the Constitution was this all-powerful document, why are people working so hard to why are the people now that are heralding the Constitution also working so hard to change the Constitution? Yeah, there's a slave trade clause in there as well. So it's something that go ahead. Okay. Okay. What did the Constitution say about black people, though? That's just my question to you. Once again, I don't think that it's this group, the people who are liberal, do not believe in original intent. They believe that the Constitution is a growing document. Therefore, it must be changed. Okay? So what are we saying here? It's not, I just find the side that does not believe in original intent to be doing this. He's right. He's right. They talk about Donald Trump all the time.
Get to come out and just spout talking points that they don't even believe, and those are people I tried to eliminate from having ever on the air again.
I think no network has honest conversations about Donald Trump. Nobody's had honest conversations about Donald Trump since 2016. I saw last night they were talking about, the double standard that exists between Donald Trump and the vice president, but it's always a double standard with Trump, whether it's with Hillary, whether it's, against Biden, now with Kamala. We talk about him being a threat to democracy, but we don't treat him like one.
I don't know what you've been watching, but I don't know of any Trump supporters out there or people who like him who are tuning in to me every night to try to get,
this is the truth, though,
to be validated in their opinions. I
Yes.
don't know. I don't know.
That is correct. He is Gloria Vanderbilt's son. I think something like that. Oh,
about validating. What you mean, validating the Trump?
What you're saying, that we're not, that I guess you're saying I'm not discussing all the things he is saying and doing and pointing it out and talking to, what John Kelly, this has been discussed. There's nobody, let me just say, there is nobody on the planet who has not heard and seen pretty much everything Donald Trump has said and knows.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
That's the truth. The reason why you know these things is because of CNN.
Whether they believe it or not, whether they care or not.
When the vice president said that to you last night, she said, "I don't think enough people know." I 100% believe enough people have not heard his rhetoric. What do you think, Angela?
Oh my God!
I was just about to say, can y'all tag me in? I'm never doing this remote with y'all ever again.
Angela, yes, it's the problem of being on satellite. Yes,
I know it is the problem.
And these two obviously have a relationship with each other. These two right here. I'll give you an example. Sorry, my mic went out. I know the Breakfast Club is full of shit. It's because Angela Rye. Let's go through. Let's do a little bit of an experiment here. Let's go through the Breakfast Club really quick. Let's go through these videos. See, what is the oldest video? Okay. Let's look at these videos really quick. Now, what's funny about these videos is they're only going to go back to the Gucci Mane one that was 11 years ago, right? So I guess this was 2013. Okay, let's go back to this. They're cutting videos, though. Okay, so they did have Umar there in 2015. One of the things you'll notice is that they cut their videos. One of the things you'll notice is that most of these people are not political. It wasn't until, okay, so they did have Dyson. Okay, so you know how I know that this is new? Because all of the newer Breakfast Club videos have a rainbow flag in the background, and you can see it right there. Before then, I got to get it. I got to get some information on when, because this is not going back far enough. This was not a political show, okay, at all. This was not a political show. This was a rap show and a media show, and it was largely not political. It wasn't until Donald Trump won. Second. It wasn't until Donald Trump won. And let's go to November, right? I do remember them having Farrakhan on. I do remember that for the Million Man March. It wasn't until Donald Trump won that they had Angela Rye on there like 15 times. And I don't believe that they ever had her before then. This only became a political show after Donald Trump won. Damon Dash one. Yeah, Damon Dash one's hilarious. So, Katrina Pearson. So I guess they were kind of giving some donkey of the day. It wasn't until that election cycle. Look at this. It wasn't until that election cycle that they start encouraging, like, correct, it was but it was street hood nigga politics. That's the truth. I agree. That's the truth. Young Ma. Yeah, they were doing interviews with Young Ma. Stuff like that. So, yeah, that's when it all became overly political. Oh, they had James Manning on there. I was looking at James Manning stuff earlier. Funny guy. Yeah, I didn't watch this whole Byron Donaldson interview. I may have to sit down and actually take a look at that. So, I didn't watch the entire thing. Let's see. Steve Wilkos. Yeah, I stand corrected, Robert, with the 3/5. It doesn't say a race specifically, but we know who they were talking about. If you want me to say a race specifically, the point that I'm making is that people who are usually left always they don't look at the Constitution as the be-all, end-all of what they're trying to push. So, let's see. What else we got? Morning Consult. What else should I interview? Okay, all right. We can do the Buffy the Body and Charlamagne the God. Yeah. Let me go back here. Because I do want to. Let's see how this nigga used to act.
In the building right now, one of the best booties in the business. Buffy the Body.
Hey.
This is the guy that wants you to be. This is the guy that wants you to care about Trump's rhetoric.
Hey, what's up?
How are you, Buffy?
Good.
Greetings. What's happening?
Nothing. Chilling.
Do you like being called Buffy the Body? Or you like just being called Buffy?
Buffy.
You don't want to be, you just like Buffy, right? You want to be known for more than just your body, right?
Just Buffy.
Eventually, you know what I mean?
Buffy.
Just Buffy?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the article in King magazine when they pitted you against
Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use.
Toy, is that her
That
name?
was not King. That was double XL.
Oh, double XL eye candy.
See, you don't even know what
Well,
you're
same difference. They gave you a bad review in the magazine. That's what they
That's
did.
okay. Bad review. The money's still coming in. That ain't
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
publicity. That's good. It's good for me. I don't care. Put me in the magazine and say whatever. It's still good.
Well, Buffy,
and I love Katoa. I never met her, but hey, I look up to her.
How long is the money gonna keep rolling in, though, Buffy? I mean, you know,
baby, you got to keep it rolling.
For how
you
long?
Got to keep it
Eventually,
forever.
age is gonna catch up.
Age ain't
Things
got
are gonna
nothing to do
start
with
to
that.
sag.
What they got to do with the money rolling in, though?
Okay,
because that's what you get.
And this is what I'm saying. See, when Fresh and Fit, okay, let me ask you a question. When Fresh and Fit does this, it's an issue. But this guy, you know, it's crazy, you know?
Getting paid for it right now.
Okay,
So what do
that's what I
you
want to ask.
So what else are you doing?
Buffy, what else? Buffy, what else would you like to do in the industry?
I want to know.
No, you gonna see. Just like you seen me in the magazine, you'll see what you will hear about it. Trust me.
I hope it's something productive.
Come out, butt dropping and all.
Hey, that's the part of life, baby. Gravity's gonna set in.
It's not all about that.
Gravity is eventually gonna set in.
It's not all about that.
And so is
it's
age.
not all about
and
that.
things are gonna start to
It's not all
sag.
about that.
Right now, you're only known
It's
for
not
having
all
a big,
about that.
bodacious booty.
I don't care nothing about
Why
that.
not Buffy the Brain?
I'm not. I don't care about that.
You should.
No, why? Y'all, the world cares about that. Buffy don't.
So what do you consider yourself? You consider yourself
a very nice person.
A video model?
Yep.
Video chick or a video hoe?
A video girl.
So video
I
chick.
can say that, Buffy is pretty classy.
This is what's funny. Like, this was before Fresh and Fit. When I'm hearing this right now, I think of Fresh and Fit. I think of the Whatever podcast. When I'm hearing what he's telling her, I'm thinking of Kevin Samuels when I hear this shit. But the difference is you know what I'm saying? He's not that. He's going against that now. It's crazy.
In the videos, though. I mean,
I've only seen her in one. That was the 28.
So what you thought about it?
I thought it was cool. You know,
So you tell me what just by looking at that video, what was I classified as?
I'll say a video model because you had a little acting role in it. You know, you was giving Tony Yale the diamonds. You know, you wasn't just butt naked. You know, grinding on him. So I said
I could have did those kind of videos, but I chose not to.
Would you have gotten more money if you had did those kind of videos?
Money wouldn't even. I don't even care about the money. I wouldn't have did it. Period.
What do you say about people who say you're not that attractive? You just have a body.
I've never heard that before.
You're lying.
No.
Never ever.
Nope.
Never in life.
Never.
Do you ever are you got any acting roles coming? Anything of that nature?
Probably. I'm working on some stuff. I'm working on a lot of stuff right now.
Well, I think you're just really milking this 15 minutes of fame thing. That's what I really think.
Film. I'm working on some stuff with film. Of course, my calendar, that just came out not a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. That just came out. I'm working on a DVD right now. I just did I'm working on like catalogs and stuff because I get a lot of mail from guys.
People in prison.
Exactly, from different prisons and stuff. And everybody requesting a catalog. And everybody keep asking, why don't you do a catalog? That would be good for the prison. So I just finished a catalog a couple of weeks ago.
Where are you from? I've heard that you're from
Athens, Georgia.
So you're not from South Carolina?
No.
People say you're from South Carolina. You say you used to script in Charleston?
No.
Never?
No.
I have a question. Being with everything you're doing and the success that you've gathered from
I wouldn't call it success quite yet.
If it's paying the bills, it's successful.
He's the first. He's just a hater. I'm just going because he's been hating ever since I've been in here. He's the first radio station I've ever been to that he just constantly why.
Why what?
Yeah,
flip the interview. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, now we're going to talk about the haters. We're talking about haters right now.
I'm not hating.
Just for a minute.
I'm not hating. I'm just asking the questions. All I'm basically saying is, what are you going to do when you get older and everything starts to sag? How are you going to make the money?
But it's not all about the body, baby.
That's all you're known for right now. Here's Buffy the Body.
Okay, but y'all made me all I was known for.
I never made you nothing.
No, the world.
I don't think you're known in the world yet.
The world.
I mean, what's going to separate you? How you know you're not going to end up just like another video chick?
See, you got to prepare for that, baby.
So how are you preparing, Buffy?
I'm preparing.
How? We would like to know. Your public would like to know.
Charlotte, I want to ask my question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
With the videos and the calendar and the fantasy website, would you suggest, or what would you say to a young girl that came to you and said, you know, Buffy, I really look up to you. I want to do exactly what you do.
I get those kind of emails every day from different females.
So how do you respond to that, to the young girls?
I'll tell them, first of all, you don't feel like you ever have to sleep around with the rappers, the artists, the different modeling agencies, the guys who run. You don't have to sleep with those people. Look how far I've gotten, and I haven't had to sleep with anybody.
How far actually have you gotten, Buffy?
She's getting compared to Kai Toy in a magazine.
It wasn't getting compared. It was battling them because they were the last two eye candies of the year.
Jesus,
and they dragged you in there. They basically said you were nothing but a stripper.
Good. I know, but at one time I was, so they wasn't lying. What's wrong with you? You got a problem with strippers?
Not at all.
Okay.
I kind of enjoy strippers. You don't look like Buffy. I'm really thinking I'm not talking to Buffy. You don't look nothing like you do in the videos right now.
How do I supposed to look? I suppose all makeup with heels
what it
and
seems
short
like.
dresses and
I mean,
stuff?
it seems like that's a mask.
No.
Really? Like I don't see no Buffy.
Come to the party tonight and you change your mind. Now. You change your mind.
I don't want to now. I wanted to see the Buffy from the videos walk into the room.
Sorry, baby. I just came out the gym.
What gym?
You don't need to know what
you have a membership because you live in Columbia.
What gym you just can't stand up? Let me see what you working with.
I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see.
I'm good.
Hold that shirt up.
I'm not like you. I'm not showing nothing.
I want to see. I want to see.
I'm not no XXL eye candy.
No, I want to see.
I'm not no XXL eye candy. I'm not doing the video whole thing. No, that's your job.
We want to see the man candy.
I'm not doing that.
Turn around. You be a video nigga then. Turn around.
I'm not doing that. If you had a video camera in here, maybe.
I want to see. Well, let me see what you working with.
I'm not showing you nothing. For what? That's your job. You get paid to show skin.
Okay, I got another question for Buffy. What about the people that say that you did things to increase your behind?
Yeah, that's one thing. People always 6-7 years now. People always said that First, I was wearing butt pads. That's what they were saying at
I
first.
haven't seen your butt yet since you've been in here.
Will you shut up? Let me talk.
I haven't at all.
First, they were saying
you don't tell me to shut up.
Tell them to buy a calendar.
Shut up.
Tell them to buy a calendar.
You look like a reindeer caught in the headlights.
That's what your mama looked like.
Hey, it's all good.
But first of all, they were saying I was wearing butt pads.
Mm-hmm.
So after they seen that it wasn't butt pads, they had to come up with something else. Then they said it was butt shots. But then after they touched it and no cellulite, nothing coming out, no holes, then I think it's just mainly hate. That's all it is. Because
you always been thick like that?
Well, I used to be skinny.
Oh, okay.
Growing up, I was skinny, but you know when you get older, when you start getting up.
How old are you?
Weight. 43.
It looks it. I'm not even gonna sit there and tell you no lie.
Me and your mama hung out together.
I believe it.
Me and your mama.
You look older.
Call your mama.
You look older.
You got a problem with me?
I don't have a problem with you, baby.
Did your girlfriend leave you and trying to? So you caught her up on the web? Oh, I know what it was. I know. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why you hate me.
Don't lose your composure, Buffy.
No, I'm gonna be real.
Don't lose your composure.
We're gonna be real just for 1 minute. Then I'm gonna get back.
Yes. Okay.
You woke up one night.
Yes.
And your girl was on the internet. Getting off to BuffyTheBody.com. www.BuffyTheBody.com.
I'm gonna be totally honest.
That's why you upset with me because of that.
I'm gonna be totally honest.
But it's not my fault. I didn't tell your girl to get on the internet.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Buffy.
I did not tell your girl to get on the internet.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Buffy. What would upset me more is seeing you at a party looking all nice like you do in the videos, and then waking up to a woman that looks like a reindeer caught in the headlights. That's what would bother me.
That's what your mama looked like.
More so than anything else.
That's what your mama looked like.
I'm just saying.
That's what your mama looked like.
Charlotte? Why a reindeer? Because she has a nice ass?
I'm not. No, she just like a deer in the face.
I am. He's a hater. He's a
15 minutes of fame, Buffy. You're on 14. You're on 14:30.
Don't cut me off yet.
I'm saying that you have 15 minutes of fame and you're on 14 minutes 30 seconds.
But baby, guess what? I had that fame that you haven't had.
It's coming, baby.
I got it, baby. What was taking it so long? Baby, I wasn't even trying to do this, and I'm on the cover of a magazine.
And you know what?
I got a bank account that make your mama slap you.
And you know what?
Nigga,
My mouth,
come on.
My
come
mouth
on,
is gonna get me farther than your butt.
Big bank.
My
big
mouth
bank
is
and
gonna
little
get me
bank.
farther than your butt, Buffy.
Shit, I can't tell.
My mouth is gonna get me farther than your butt.
I can't tell who making
and
more.
I'm 25 and you about 50
Who
easy.
making more? Who making more?
You right now for the moment.
Who making more?
You
Who
right
making
now
more?
for the moment. And
Who's
what?
making more?
And when your butt starts sagging, then what?
I don't have to do nothing but stand
When
in
the
front
butt
of the camera
injection
and look
shots
good.
wear out,
Now,
then what?
You hating. Stop hating.
When the butt injection shots wear out, then what?
Stop hating, nigga. Stop hating.
All I'm
Stop
saying,
hating.
when the butt injection
Stop
shots
hating.
wear out, then what?
Stop hating. Stop hating. Like I said, stop hating. When they wear out, guess what? I'm going to get some more. And I'm going to pump it right back up, nigga. Now, what? What? Who make a big bank, little bank? What I'm driving and what you driving? Where you living at, where I'm living at?
I don't know.
Seem like I'm doing pretty good. Don't niggas go to school? Why do niggas go to school?
So they don't have to.
Tell me why they go to school.
Why do females go to school? So they don't have to be videos.
Okay, why do people in general
like
go
you.
to school? Why do people in general go to school?
So they can be successful.
Exactly, so they can live a better life.
So why do you exploit
baby,
your butt?
I already done got there. What's your excuse?
Why do you exploit your butt?
What's your excuse?
Why do you exploit your butt?
What's your excuse? What's your excuse?
This interview
Nigga,
is
I
over.
got 30,000 Yahoo members. I got everybody in the world paying to go on my site just to look at me. And nigga, I'm not even new.
If they saw you now and how you look without no makeup, it wouldn't
Nigga,
go
I just
there.
came from the gym. What's your excuse?
Please.
What's your excuse?
I'm not trying
What's
to be
your
sexy.
Excuse? What's your excuse?
I'm
You
not trying to
can't
be
do it.
sexy.
You can't do it.
You can't do it without makeup.
You can't do it.
You need to
can't-
praise God for
Nigga,
Beverly Johnson
you
and
can't do it.
Maybelline.
You can't do it.
Oh, get
Where
out
your
of
girl
here.
at? Where your girl at?
Oh, she
Show me how she look. Where
trumps
your
you.
girl at? Well, I bet you your girl. Show me your girl.
She trumps you.
Show me your girl. Let me see a picture right now.
I don't carry
Let me
pictures.
see a
That's
picture.
corny.
Let me see a picture right now.
You know what? Buffy
you
the Body.
You a punk ass bitch. You a punk bitch. You
I'll
a
be that.
hoe ass nigga.
That's
A
cool.
nigga hating on a female. Now, a female who's trying to do something positive, and a nigga at the fucking radio station trying to hate.
How you doing something
You
positive?
a punk ass niggas trying to hate.
How you doing
Trying to
something
hate.
positive?
Now, if I was in a strip club, you have something to say about that. I'm not even in the motherfucking strip club no more. I'm trying to model. I'm trying to do movie. I'm trying to do film. Instead of you congratulate me saying, black sister, you trying to do your thing. I appreciate you and got out the strip club. You trying to rise and do something better. I'm on the cover of a magazine. I got niggas calling me to do this, do that. I got an audition in the film in DC next week. Instead of you saying, Buffy, you trying to do good, you got out the strip club. You're inspiration to a lot of girls. Keep doing your thing like all the other radio stations. I come to Columbia, to South Carolina, come up here to do a radio station. I walk in here to sit down, hey, how you doing? And you off the bat start hating.
Buffy.
Well, what have I done to you for you start hating?
Buffy, I asked you to explain.
I walked in here.
I asked you to explain everything that you was
15
doing.
minutes in the rain. It's pouring down rain to come and do a radio station.
I didn't ask you to come.
Show some, I didn't say you did.
And when you first sat down, I asked you, what are you doing? What are you doing other than your body? And you didn't. You couldn't even say it.
This hate, you just come
How's
out.
that hate?
You come out talking. I'm trying to
I
explain
wanted to
some
know
shit.
what else
come
are
out
you more
talking
than a
about-
body?
You come out talking about why am I dressed like this? Nigga,
I didn't say that. I said, why are you the body? Don't you want to be known for more than a body?
I just came out the gym. I've been working. How do you expect me to look? I'm supposed to go in the gym with my hair curl, with makeup. Nigga, I just came out. I'm working out. I was working out.
You still ducking the question.
I was working
When you
out.
first sat down, I asked you, what else do you
You's a
do?
hater. You's a hater.
So what?
You's a punk
And I asked
ass
you-
bitch, and you's a motherfucking hater. And that came from Buffy the Body, hoe ass nigga. So tell them I said that. Punk
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah, get out the radio station.
Get it? Oh.
And don't let the door hit you with them
Hoe
injection
ass
shots.
nigga.
Made you thicker.
I know what it was. I know.
Buffy.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why you hating.
Don't lose your composure,
girl,
Buffy.
No, I'm finna be
Come on.
real.
Don't
We're
lose
gonna
your
be real
composure.
just for 1 minute. Then I'm gonna
Okay,
get back
yes.
down.
Okay.
You woke up one night
Yes.
and your girl was on the internet getting off to BuffyTheBody.com.
You know what?
www.BuffyTheBody.com.
I'm gonna be totally honest.
That's why you upset with me because of that.
I'm gonna be totally
but
honest.
it's not my fault. I didn't tell your girl to get on the internet.
I'm gonna be honest with you,
I
Buffy.
did not tell your girl to get on the internet.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Buffy. What would upset me more is seeing you at a party looking all nice like you do in the videos, and then waking up to a woman that looks like a reindeer caught in the headlights. That's what would bother me.
That's what your
More
mama
so-
look like.
More so than anything
That's
else.
what your mama look like.
I'm just saying.
That's what your mama
reindeer,
look like.
Charlotte? Why a reindeer? Because she has a nice ass?
I'm not. No, she just like a deer in the face.
I hate I am. He's a hater. He's a hater. He's a
15 minutes of fame, Buffy.
He's
You're
a-
on
he's a
14.
what?
You're on 14:30.
Don't cut me off yet.
No, I'm not.
We ain't
I'm
finished.
saying that you have 15 minutes of fame and you're on 14 minutes, 30
But baby,
seconds.
guess what? I had that fame that you haven't had.
It's coming, baby.
I got it, baby.
But
What was taking it so long?
Buffy,
Baby,
boy.
I wasn't even.
Sorry about that, y'all. I had to take a call real quick. I didn't even hear all the Buffy the Body stuff. I didn't even hear it all. So you said we can't play videos like that? Are they gonna take this down or whatever? We'll see. So yeah, I ain't even hear it. I ain't even. Let me see. Where was I at though? I'm just gonna watch videos. I'm gonna watch videos now. I want to see this.
You
this Charlamagne the
I've
God.
said a lot of controversial stuff.
Intentionally?
Intentionally, no. But I'm saying one of the most controversial things that you've gotten in trouble for, but you're 100% right, is King Von. Now, I want to play this clip because a lot of people that watch this show, y'all don't know who King Von is. And to be honest, I didn't know either. I saw your clips going viral. Then I watched this 3-hour documentary and I learned a lot about King Von.
Yeah.
So let's just play a little minute-long clip from this documentary.
However, what happens when the people doing the killing start making the music
Fair use.
too? Because in the years after Chief Keef popularized the violent stories of Chicago gang life, one of those gangsters killing people in the streets picked up a microphone too and started rapping in the first person from the perspective of the actual killer.
Yeah.
King Von had a reputation in Chicago as a fearless killer before he'd even started rapping. And it's widely believed, based on the statements he made in his own songs, that Von himself could have killed as many as 7 people in his career as a gangbanger, with more murders even taking place after he got rich and famous, with it being rumored that Von used his money and influence from the rap game to have old enemies in Chicago killed, and going on a journey which, in my opinion, takes him far beyond.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Wow. Von, King Von. My thoughts on the Lil Durk arrest, I'll get to that here in a second. I want to watch this video though.
A street player who had to kill to survive in the mean streets of Chicago, because if King Von's tweets are anything to go by, he simply loved killing people.
Yeah, bro. I ain't even lying, bro. When I did a Vlad video, it cut my stream off. It cut my stream off like immediately. Fair use.
The amount of people that King Von allegedly played a role in killing has led to intense speculation as to whether he was a full-blown.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. King Von killed all these people? Hold on a second. All of these people, King Von killed all these people? Chat, tell me if this is true or not. Did he kill all these people? Nobody's going to type in the chat. You want me to do? That's crazy. King Doc, 2012. April. Damn. Modell, dirty. This nigga look old. This looks like a kid, Lil James. Gee whiz. This looks like a girl. K.I., is that a girl? Oh, wow.
Serial killer.
Why is it controversial for you to call out a serial killer that killed young black men and women?
Because black people, this group of black Americans love gangsters, thugs, street guys, pimps, killers, rapists, and men who abuse women. So that come through the black exploitation era. and then by way of gangster rap. So right when King Von died, I just became aware of who he was. Prior to that, I had no knowledge of it. So part of my internet fame and popularity was for me saying, man, fuck King Von. So it's a lot of black people want to hurt me.
Hey, bro.
There's a lot of people in the entertainment industry
He
that will
did
not
some
open
hilarious videos on. I didn't listen to King Von. I don't listen to King. Even in 2012, all that, I wasn't listening to King Von. I was listening to Dirk, but I didn't listen to King Von. I mean, I don't listen to King Von, so I don't really.
the doors for me because I said fuck King Von. And I'm saying, man, he killed black people. He bragged and rapped about killing black people, homie. So they got a mural in Chicago where every major black entertainer takes a picture with him. He was on every major black platform.
Still, you're telling me they still take
to this
pictures
day.
of them?
So here I am in Texas working with children who's rapping these lyrics. And part of my program, part of my hype program is I have a curriculum that's called a street life cycle and an anti-gang cognitive intervention program. There's a 16-week program that I designed myself. So part of that program is bonding with children by finding out who their favorite rapper is. So that's how I became aware of drill music, Chief Keef, King Von, Lil Durk, and these was kids at this time.
I love Chief Keef and I love Dirk. Both of them, yeah. Chief Keef and Dirk, yeah.
They was 12 and 13 and 14, and they was already rapping and drilling. Drilling mean killing. So 5 years after that, here come King Von. So when he gets killed, man, I found out that, man, this guy done killed multiple people, men and women. And when you listen to him rap about it, his
that's wild.
Storytelling was so prolific about how he killed people. He
made the music video, yeah.
And it was captivating.
It was.
Because he was a great storyteller because he was actually doing these crimes.
Hey, check this out. He said Chief is better than Dirk. Chief Keef stopped. I mean, I know he releases music, but hey, Chief Keef was, bro. To me, he's still Chief Keef, Lil Reese, Dirk. I know it was somebody else, but those probably were my top three. When Dirk had This Ain't What You Want, I knew Dirk was a star from them. When he had the low, Fredo, yeah. When Dirk had the low cut and the whole video was in black and white, this ain't what you want. I knew it was a rap.
So it's nothing like doing something and coming back, having the gift to be able to rap or sing about what you've done. That's what makes it more passionate. So he was able to capture the hearts and the minds of Black American youth. And even me and Aiden had bumped heads at first.
Why? Because Aiden likes King Von?
In the beginning.
Did he watch that documentary?
I don't think they watched the documentary, but everybody is aware that he's killed.
Yeah, everybody knows you.
Dirk. I agree. Dirk was better. Yeah, Dirk. Yeah.
Watch a documentary. Not only are those all those people that died young, he would tweet about it. I mean, King Von incriminated himself. So Lil Durk now, who just got the key to the city in Chicago, he's
now being sued by FBG Duck's mother because he was ultimately involved in it as well. The FBI.
So Dirk's not a good guy in this because he plays like he's good and he's
well. He's trying to redeem himself, either out of fear or out of sincerity or out of guilt from being a part of this kind of stuff. So. But right now, today, the FBI just released reports that there are 5 more people who have been arrested for murder for hire, conspiracy to commit murder for hire, centered around Quando Rondo being shot and his friend being killed in California. They was paid to do that. And they was paid by Lil Durk's record group, OTF. So the FBI have connections that ties Lil Durk and King Von to all these murders. And it's documented that he was a serial killer.
Yeah. Now, who's worse? I mean, King Von killed more people, but who's worse, him or Boosie?
Boosie.
Boosie's worse. Why? Boosie's got that gay daughter, though. He won't. Is that good or bad?
Boosie have a 16.
I have to laugh at that, bro. I have to laugh. He's saying Boosie worse. I have to laugh at that, bro. That was just funny. Well, he's gonna tell us, but I'm gonna have to hear this.
8-year-old kid serving life in prison for committing 9 murders, and he was paying that kid $2,500 to kill people.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the guy would go drive by and shoot him, or how would he do it?
Look up the.
$2,500 for a drive-by? That's crazy.
The kid name is Marlo Mike. So go look up
So he
Marlo
just
Mike.
kind of said, Marlo Mike, I'm gonna give you some money, but he probably
Well,
said,
Marlo,
I'm gonna make you a rap star. And
Marlo Mike was a kid who experienced traumatic, who came through a traumatic childhood of violence. He seen people get killed when he was a kid.
Well, so did you, but you didn't.
Well, I wasn't abused.
Okay. He was abused.
But didn't he? But Charleston White did, I think, was an accessory to murder. I believe. Not sure, but I believe so. But so Charleston White did go to jail though.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he would, but he was abused physically. He grew up. I participated in taking someone's life, which was traumatizing as well.
Hold on a second. His dude said Dirk paid $50K. You goddamn right, he was the Boosie. Oh, bro. But the thing is this. You know what's worse? Imagine getting killed for $2,500. Like, I've heard crazy story. Yeah. Dirk paid $50K. Yeah, bro, that's wild.
And 5 or 6.
In a way, though, wasn't that a good thing, Charleston? Because you're so well spoken, you're so smart. Isn't it good you made a mistake at being a part of some at a young age because you were able to redeem yourself?
That changed me. That put me on the path where I'm at now. So had I not did that, I wouldn't have never went through the programs that I went through as a kid. So I heard that young man was talking to Emily earlier, said that we could socialize today's youth. Today's youth isn't even socialized. You have to re-socialize. Most people haven't been taught right from wrong coming out of some of these places that they're coming out of with these liberal mindsets. They've been taught to play victim.
Yes.
Right? They don't know accountability. They don't know responsibility. So, man, one of the first things I was taught going into a juvenile system, but mainly coming from my mother, is accountability. Son, you've part of taking somebody's life, so you have to do this. So that was the first step in changing, man, holding myself accountable for doing wrong and being wrong. So, but Lil Boosie got Marlo Mike at an early age, and he was a hit man for Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie put him in a song saying that Marlo Mike is in the back itching for a body. Marlo Mike killed so many people for Lil Boosie, he got Who's Next Boosie tattooed on him.
He's got Who's Next on his arm.
Who's Next Lil Boosie tattooed on him.
Oh, wow.
So ultimately, this kid, Marlo Mike, couldn't stand the pressure of holding in all this killing that he had partook in and done, and went to the police and made a confession.
No, he did not. So he actually confessed to. I didn't realize that's a story.
But by the time Boosie got on trial, they had already reached to him, and he rescinded on it, and he wouldn't go forward with it. So that's the only reason Boosie is out. But initially, he told on Boosie.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's what made Boosie worse, because he's gotten away. King Von didn't get away.
You're right, but it just sucks though that Boosie and you are fighting because he's from Louisiana.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Lived in Louisiana.
Monroe, Louisiana.
You lived in Monroe,
and I used to be a big fan of Boosie.
That's what I'm saying,
bro. I've been to Monroe, Louisiana. You know what I called it? I used to call it One Road, Louisiana, because it was like this big one road that went through the entire town. I've been to Monroe before, huh?
His
love Boosie.
Wipe Me Down. I mean, that was him and what's it?
But here's where my heart changed.
He took that song from Fox. Wipe Me Down was Fox first.
In 2012, 2013, I became a youth advocate for kids who have been sentenced in America with life without parole. So we have a thing called juvenile life without parole in America. And up until 2016, America, Sudan, and North Korea were the only 3 countries on planet Earth that would take a 12-year-old, 13-year-old and give them life without parole, knowing that the human brain does not develop until at or around 25. So you really can't make a lot, especially coming from childhood trauma. So once I started working on laws and legislation that was geared toward harsh and unjust sentencing toward children, Marlo Mike had been sentenced to life without parole. Right?
So Marlo is somebody you would want to help.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your whole program is built to help people like that.
Yeah. So in 2016, the Supreme Court ruled in the Miller versus Graham ruling that it is unconstitutional to give a kid in America life without parole without trying to weigh out the mitigating factors that would cause this person, right? So you can't automatically give it. So Marlo Mike went back on appeal in 2019, 2020, around the time me and Bootsy was getting into it. and the Supreme Court denied his chance to overturn his life without parole sentence.
Now, what do you think about the Menendez brothers? 2 boys who killed their dad. Now, right now, they're back in court, and the district attorney is saying that they need to be.
They should be released. And I'm not even going to say.
I haven't even watched this Menendez brothers show at all. I don't even know what it's about.
Because you had family members who came forward and who was not allowed to testify in the trial. And I remember
they said they stuck a toothbrush up their ass.
Well, Dad was a head executive of Live Nation.
Yeah, I know.
So
so you think he was?
Oh wow! I've never even studied this Menendez brothers situation at all. I've never even studied this.
Into those Diddy stuff?
Yeah,
So you think the Menendez brothers were telling the truth when they said
yeah, man, because most children don't have the gall to blow their fucking parents' head off.
That's
in the manner in which they did. Man, it is my sincere belief that no child is born bad. I don't think no child is born bad.
I agree, and I say, and all this transgender stuff. I don't think any kid is ever born in the wrong body. These teachers tell these little boys, "Oh, you're a girl." Tell a girl you're a boy.
Yeah.
Kids
God
are
don't
pure,
make mistakes.
Kids are clean.
Nature don't make mistakes. People do.
You're right. Now, what were they saying? A couple of days ago, there was a death rumor. A bunch of people were celebrating the fact that they said that you died. What was that?
Well, they said I went to Chicago, and Chicago go kill me because I said fuck King Von. Everybody in Chicago is mad at me for saying fuck King Von. So there was a big rumor that went all the way viral on Twitter by some and there's a big platform that posted this, that I was shot by 3 people outside of a hospital in Chicago, and the black Twitter and black internet went excited and was happy celebrating my death. And I was in Detroit at the Ace of Spades strip club doing an interview with Antoine Daniels.
And they were happy that you.
Yeah, they were celebrating. Boy, my little feelings were hurt because I thought black people would be sad. Yeah, they motherfuckers celebrating. So at least I know what they gonna do if I die.
Well, a lot of Peckerwoods like myself would be very sad.
Yeah.
So you got the white community be very
but
sad.
nah, man, that was an eye opener. But I remember black people celebrating when Kevin Samuels died. So here
It was
it is.
ridiculous when they all celebrated.
Yeah.
All Kevin did was just kind of call some women old and say you need to get married. He was not. I love Kevin.
But they will celebrate King Von and they'll celebrate Lil Woody. Lil Woody has a reputation. I
don't know the Woody stuff. This video probably gonna get me in trouble, right? All right, I want to watch this debate. I was gonna watch it earlier.
I am voting Trump, yeah.
It's for Andrew. I'm gonna watch this.
Why so?
Well, because his economic policies assisted the Midwest in a huge way due to his corporate tax cuts and what it allowed, because there was such a huge stranglehold by Democrats, especially in this state, with localization of taxes, especially in industry. It allowed them to get what they needed the most.
I want to take some notes on this. I got to get a pen. Hold on a second. Y'all be right back. I don't know. Do y'all watch Andrew? No, he debated with Fatty. Let me get a pen. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Which was
All right,
access
I'm back.
to capital.
Hold on a second. Let me go back to this. So,
well, because his economic policies assisted the Midwest. I'm 40.
Oh, by the way, I got kicked off of TikTok. Can y'all hear me? Hold on a second. I didn't mute myself, did I? Let me get back on stream. Yeah, I got kicked off of TikTok last week on these live panels. I'm gonna look at this debate that Andrew had with this Parker guy on yeah, I'm gonna look at this debate. I may take his class. I know he's got a class too for debate. Anybody can get better at anything, you know.
You voting Trump?
I am voting Trump, yeah.
Why so?
Well, because his economic policies assisted the Midwest in a huge way due to his corporate tax cuts and what it allowed, because there was such a huge stranglehold by Democrats, especially in this state, with localization of taxes, especially in industry. It allowed them to get what they needed the most, which was access to capital, and assisted them in expanding. It was extremely helpful. And I'm hoping that he'll start making moves back to similar economic policies, which would help the local trade.
All right. So based on that first point, what he's saying is he's being very careful with his words. He was saying that since Trump gave corporate tax cuts, which come at a because there's state taxes and there's federal taxes as well. So from what I can understand from his argument is that Trump gave corporate tax cuts, right, which took away a lot of the federal tax burden because of the local taxes, because he says localization of taxes, which that's probably going to be state or city taxes that's going to be levied on these corporations operating in the Midwest. And that's more capital for them to put back into their business. Okay, so that's what because he says localization of taxes. Let me go back to this one more time.
Which was access to capital, because there was such a huge stranglehold by Democrats, especially in this state, with localization of taxes, especially in industry. It allowed them to get what they needed the most, which was access to capital.
Okay, so if I'm a company in Michigan and my local, let's say I'm operating out of Detroit or something like that, and the local government is imposing taxes on me because they're Democrats. If I get a federal tax cut, that helps me offset some of that. Okay, I think that's where he's going, but we'll find out.
And assisted them in expanding. It was extremely helpful. And I'm hoping that he'll start making moves back to similar economic policies, which would help the local trade.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a question. In terms of the corporate tax rate that it's at, can you name me one point in American history that you'd point to where the corporate tax rate was that low, where we saw like good effects on the economy?
Yeah.
I saw this earlier. He's going to say, yeah, that point. He's going to say, yeah, that point.
During the Trump administration.
Okay, I'm referencing other than the Trump administration.
Yeah, but why would that? I don't understand why that's a non sequitur. During the Trump administration, well, hang on. During the Trump administration, I just gave you my argument. My argument was that businesses in the Midwest needed to have access to capital.
He's cutting them off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So listen, if you actually, I can send you a paper from a liberal and a conservative economist from Harvard that actually indicates there was only 0.04% annual GDP growth, specifically from the tax cuts.
Yeah, he's not listening to what he's saying. He's not listening to what he's saying. Andrew's making an argument that this helps out local businesses in his area, and Parker is making a national argument. But Andrew is talking about specifically in his region. This kid doesn't listen to what he's saying.
But do you recognize
$1.9 trillion of debt-related spending?
He just wants to get his stuff out there. He thinks he's prepared for what he's saying. He's just trying to get his stuff out there.
Well, I'm happy to respond to this.
$28 billion to the economy.
Let's say it only. Well, I'm going to explain. So in
the middle of my sentence.
Well, okay. So the thing is that you're throwing out more red herrings, but I'm willing to respond directly to this.
What's a red herring?
Well, so you're trying to get me to look at something that's beside my point.
True.
It's not beside your point. I was currently making a point. You cut me off.
Well, can you respond to my point? The GDP would have nothing to do with what I said. Zero.
Exactly. It has nothing to do. He's talking about specifically his region. He's not listening to what he's saying.
So, okay. So if the corporate tax cut was beneficial, it would have caused a increase in the GDP, right? Increase in the overall
it did.
The increase in the GDP has nothing to do with what he's saying.
By your own admission, it did. You just don't like how much it did.
By 0.04%.
Yeah. So why would that matter for the localization in the Midwest?
It added 0.04% to the annual GDP.
So it added to the GDP,
which is about $28 billion per year.
Yeah.
So it nowhere near paid for.
How does that address my point, Parker?
to justify the spending.
How does that address my point?
Because
Can
what I'm
you
telling you
steel
is
man my
that-
argument for me so I know you understand it?
Yeah, so you think that it builds up American manufacturing?
That's not what
in
I
the
said,
Midwest.
Parker. What did I say? I said in the
Midwest,
specifically inside of the Midwest, which is where all the automotive
I
plants.
said Midwest.
Yes. So can you address what the Midwest growth looked like, Parker?
Well, I was referencing the.
Yeah, I know what you're referencing. You're referencing a red herring. Can you reference what the Midwest growth was? Yes, it was. What the overarching GDP would be a reference from all 50 states.
Exactly.
Many of them have Democrat
Exactly.
controllers. They have their own tax brackets. They have all of this. What I'm asking,
but it's from the
hang
tax
on, bro, I'm asking specifically
Listen, Andrew,
if you
it's the
can
effect-
address my point for the Midwest specifically,
the effect on the GDP according to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act,
which has what to do with my point, Parker?
1.9 trillion is not justified, given that it only added
Has
$28 billion
nothing to do with my
the
point.
$1.9 trillion of spending is the overall country spending this, and then it only added 28 billion per year.
Okay,
right,
Parker,
to it.
first of all,
okay, that's very low.
He
Very
muted
low
me.
ROI, right? Very
He muted him.
low. So why would we use the money to do this rather to invest in other things in the economy?
Okay, so Parker, you still aren't actually addressing my point
At all.
when you're specifically looking at.
Answer my fucking question.
Well,
or
you're
I'm
not
gonna make
answering
you
to
answer the
mine.
question.
You don't get.
Oh, you're so mad.
You're
you answer the
you're
question?
refusing to answer mine,
Do you need a Kleenex, Andrew? Answer the
bro.
damn question.
Bro, why are you
I
not
answered your
answering to
question
mine?
already. I addressed.
We obviously know that the kid on the left has Kleenexes to wipe his bloody butthole. We do know that.
it. I said
Okay,
the
how?
economic growth that specifically comes from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is minuscule to
He's a Menendez brother, the one on the left.
the amount of money that we put into spending for it. So if you want to put money into investments, put money in investments that give you better ROIs than 0.04% annual GDP growth due to $1.9 trillion.
Parker, that doesn't address
tax cuts. Go to
that doesn't
people who are
address my
rich.
He's not even listening to him, bro.
argument, Parker.
I addressed it. I addressed it directly. I
You're
said,
still
what
spurging,
was
bro.
the
You need
Can I get some likes?
to calm
growth?
down.
I
Stop
asked-
spurging.
No, listen. I was looking at the economic growth specifically from
Yeah,
the tax
that's
policy.
not that doesn't address my argument, Parker.
At all.
It does. That
Okay,
addresses
how does that? How would that address my argument, Parker?
Yeah, because it references the economic growth that comes from the tax policy that you referenced.
Yeah, but you're talking about the national GDP. The national GDP is not going to directly address the Midwest because each state has its own economy. So you could have two states, for instance, that could sink the GDP based on certain. Hang on, Parker, it's my turn.
I'm talking about
Parker,
the effect of the
Parker,
policy.
why
I'm
won't you
not
let me talk,
referencing other
Parker?
effects.
Why won't?
That's true.
You let me
You're
talk?
dumb.
You're still
Because you're dumb.
spurking.
I'm talking.
Oh,
about
now we're getting into
other
insults.
effects that you're referencing. I'm not counting those because I'm only referencing.
Now,
what
now,
comes
now we're going to insult
from the-
Parker. You're going to
I'm
insult.
only talking about what comes from the fact of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Okay, so I'm not referencing any of the other impacts on the economy. I am specifically looking at a paper from a liberal and conservative economist that
Mhm.
highlights the effect of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. You are not.
Yeah, that has
acknowledging what I'm
nothing to do
saying.
with my argument, though.
That has everything.
It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. Parker, Parker, did I what?
Has everything to do
Parker,
with
stop
your
spurging. Calm down, so we can have a conversation here.
Andrew, you don't have.
You're
any idea
still
what you're talking
spurging,
about.
bro. You're still spurging.
You're deflecting.
You're
not arguing
screaming
what
at the top of your lungs. Calm down, so that
I'm
we
not
can
screaming
talk,
at the top of
bro.
my
You're
lungs.
spurging.
You're gaslighting.
I'm
You're
trying to give you the
I'm
argument.
not screaming. You're gaslighting.
Then why won't you let me speak, Parker?
I am letting you speak.
Okay,
You're just
great.
not
So
acknowledging my points.
yeah, because you can't move and deflect from what my argument
I'm not
was.
deflecting, genius.
You
know what
asked why.
deflection is.
Okay, did you ask me why I was voting for Trump?
I did.
Okay,
you
and
said
did
specifically the benefits from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in terms of
For
specifically
what?
the Midwest.
Yes.
The Midwest growth.
Yes.
And what you're not acknowledging is that the Midwest is a part of the United States. What I'm
Oh no,
acknowledging is the
Parker, I
overall
didn't
effect
know
of the
that.
bill.
Is the Midwest part of the United States, Parker? I had no idea.
Did you know?
I had
Did you
no
know
idea,
that, like, there's
Parker.
also other manufacturing in the United
Yeah, it
States.
doesn't address
When
my
I look at the
argument,
national
Parker.
GDP,
Doesn't address
when I
my.
address the national
This
GDP growth,
mutes
it actually
me.
does address your argument because it looks at the overall effect of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act.
You're like an
Also, look who's
NPC, bro.
yelling right now. You're fucking screaming into the mic.
No, you
know
are,
the
bro.
effect
You're
of
an
tax policy.
NPC.
You have no understanding
NPC.
of economics. I'm quite literally
NPC.
right now citing a paper. I'm citing a paper from a liberal and conservative economist, bipartisan support that shows that you're wrong.
they just
you have
mute
no
and look
source.
now.
You just sat up here. You said, "What's the effect on the Midwest?" I'm looking at the overall effect of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. It's
Not on the
just look at
Midwest,
what
though.
The effect is on the Midwest. We're looking at what the effect is from the overall spending bill, because it was $1.9 trillion of spending.
Yes, but
that was debt-related
yeah,
spending.
Parker. that still doesn't actually address the argument for the 15th time.
It does. It literally
doesn't.
does. For the 15th time, it does.
It doesn't. You
does.
can't.
It references
Parker,
the GDP growth from the
Parker,
Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. That's the
are you still
exact
going to spurg, or am I going to get a chance to talk here?
Wait. I literally gave you the chance to speak. You said something
Yeah, 90% of this is just him not addressing his point.
dumb, so I argued against it.
Well, all you have is ad homs. You just keep saying, "Oh, this is dumb. You're dumb. Everything's dumb." But you're not actually. You're not addressing the argument. No wonder you didn't.
Reasons why it was dumb.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Parker. I'll tell you what.
Can you give me a paper that says?
Actually, I'll do one better for you. I'll do one better for you. If I pay your bill, will you come out to the whatever podcast and do a 1v1 debate against me?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to pay your bill. I'm going to head out there in a week.
Andrew, you guys already ran away last time.
Who's you guys? Who's you guys?
We literally had a day set up.
What does that have to do with me?
On the whatever podcast.
Has what to do with me? I'm a guest.
You guys ran away.
You guys, I'm not. I don't own the show, Parker. Will you do a 1v1 debate with me, Parker?
All the time. You will go on.
What does that have to do with anything? Does that mean I own the show?
I'll debate you on religion. I'll debate you on social issues. I'll debate you on politics.
Yeah, I'd like to see how you're going to do when you don't have the mic mute button, Parker.
Yeah,
because that's all you do is just mute the mic and refuse to address the argument.
Wow.
You this way as well. I actually already addressed the argument.
You haven't addressed the argument.
Too dumb to realize.
Yeah. Oh, I'm too dumb to realize that you didn't address the argument. Parker, if somebody gives you an argument for why they're doing X, right? It's specific to X. I have asked you now multiple times for the data on the Midwest, the Midwest specific Midwest, Parker. That's not the Midwest. Yes, there is data for the Midwest, stupid. You don't know. You don't know. I'm asking you, Parker. It's your argument, Parker. It's your argument, Parker.
Specifically, the paper does not separate the Midwest from the rest of the United States. It's specifically.
They don't have to. I'm asking you for the
Tax Cuts and Jobs Act.
See,
I'm not going to know what the effect is of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Unless all
right, Parker, 1 week.
That relates to
okay, so 1 week, Parker, we'll actually do the debate, so you don't have the mic mute.
You're so fucking scared to argue against my point. You're not even arguing.
No, all you do is mute me when we're arguing. Every time I bring up the point, you mute.
Fix your mic. It got
every time, Parker, you just mute me.
Hey, Andrew, your mic is really fucked up. It's like robotic right now. I muted you because it's robotic.
No, that's not why you're muting me.
There, it's fixed now. It's fixed.
That's not why you're muting me, Parker. Now, so here's the deal.
I truly just muted you because your mic is messed up.
Parker, will you debate me on feminism?
Yes, I'll debate you on whatever.
And that's
$20. Thank you so much. I appreciate.
And you're going to be
plus, feminism is not MAGA. Feminism.
That's not what Parker. Parker, what did I just ask you? What did I just ask you?
I brought up religion, socialism.
Parker, will you do feminism?
Well, can we do all these topics?
Can we do feminism?
Can we do feminism? Can we do
God? Parker, one more time. I just challenged you to a debate. Will you do a pro-feminist debate where you're the pro-feminist?
Yes, I'll debate.
Okay, great. So
I also want to debate religion.
Yeah, that's nice. I don't care what you.
I want to debate all these other.
Parker, I've blown you out. I've blown you out with the transcendental argument before.
Oh no!
Yeah,
you're such a dumbass.
That's fine, Parker. I'll tell you what. We'll give you two.
Transcendental argument is not proof or evidence.
Just muted. Muted again. That's all you know how to do is mute.
You're screaming.
No, Parker, you're spurging. So here's the thing.
You're literally not
dude. All you do is mute.
You're not actually giving me a response.
Just okay. Yes, Parker. Yes, Parker. I'll debate that also. If you do round one feminism,
stop screaming. Be quiet.
If you do round one feminism,
I will mute you if you don't be quiet. Let me specifically talk, and then I'll let you speak.
Parker, I'm giving you the terms. Parker.
Now be quiet, please.
So I think they're done actually debating points.
No.
King Sonny, is there any debate you want to review from him? Because this is like one of the first ones I think I've seen. I mean, everybody's going crazy over these stupid Jubilee debates, which I could care less about. Let's see, I'm going to look up another one. I don't know who Parker is either. Parker debate. Oh, this is one of these Jubilee people. Oh, this is somebody who was just on the okay. This is somebody who was just on Jubilee. What Eric Adams video? Let me see if I can get another Andrew on here. Andrew. Yeah, I could care less. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Shapiro at all. I don't watch. I mean, I think it's a. I mean, I heard he just let these people yell at him. So let's see. Andrew, the Crucible debate. I want to see Parker. Let's see. Was there any other ones between him and Parker? Parker. Let's see. You want to look at this? Okay. Eric Adams. No, we already went through this. Oh,
Hi, Mr.
wow.
Mayor. I wondered if I could ask you about any communications you've
Oh,
been having
wow.
with
He
the
said he
Trump
doesn't
campaign
think
about
Trump
this rally
is
or
a
otherwise, and
fascist.
if you believe, as others have said, that the former president is fascist.
You know, I have been had those terms hurled at me by some political leaders in the city, using terms like Hitler and fascist. My answer is no. I know what Hitler has done, and I know what a fascist regime looks like. I think, as I've called over and over again, that the level of conversation, I think we could all dial down the temperature. And I've heard people say that the former president should not be able to have a rally in Madison Square Garden. I strongly disagree. This is America. This is New York. And I think it's important that we allow individuals to exercise their right to get their message clear to New Yorkers. And our job as a city and as a police department is to make sure they can do that in a peaceful way. I think that we must be extremely cautious. The heat we turn up today, pre-election, is going to have to be the heat we're going to have to govern it. And I think we need to show a level of respectable communication. And so when people called me fascist and other terminologies, I didn't like it. And I don't think it's fitting to anyone to state that the former president is equal to being Hitler. I just think that this is a city where we have the largest Jewish population. Anti-Semitism is on a rise nationally. We need to do everything we can to push back on that level of anti-Semitic tone and anti-Semitic issues that we're facing in the city. Let's have a safe, fair, democratic process and show the globe how we're able to do it correctly.
Interesting. I mean, I get Adam's point. People do use the term with everything. It kind of changes the gravity of it. I mean, it's kind of like crying wolf to a certain extent. So. Anybody know any good TV shows to watch? I think Kamala Harris is going to be on Barney's show. Kamala Harris is going to be on the Barney show this week. Yeah, I know who Barney is, right? Yeah, I know that, right? Yeah, I know Kamala Harris is going to be on the Barney show. Do y'all know who Barney is? Here you go, right here. She's going to be on Barney. The Barney show with Barney right here. Yep. Her and Barney going to be talking. And I already know how this is going to go because I've seen his interview with Amanda Seals. I already know. You know, VP Harris, as the graduate of the HBCU, I know that you know how bad the white man is, even though if it wasn't for the white man, I'd be bagging up groceries back in my hometown of Willacoochee, Georgia. I grew up in a tin roof shack, and I'm gonna tell you how my grandma told me, son, this is what you do. If the white man comes out, you tell him he's being evil, and then when he turns his back, you hit on his girlfriend. And then in front of black people, you play pro-black. You talk about how bad the white man oppressed you, but then you go get you some white women. And then, son, when they call you gay, this is what you really do. You hire a transgender prostitute because you really like that butt. And then you play you having sex with the transgender prostitute, but you call the transgender prostitute Michelle. And when you call the transgender prostitute Michelle, then nobody be worried about you being gay no more. That's what my grandmama told me. I'm gonna tell you, that's how my grandmama told me. Then you get into a fight courtside of LeBron James, but then after that, you see next to another gay black man. And every time you come on Nightcap with Shannon, with Shay, you'll always have a manicure. You'll be a big black nigga with a manicure, and that's what it is. Because you did one with Amanda Seals, and all you did was talk about how bad the white man is. Thank God, though. Now, I'll never say it in public. But thank God for the white man, because, you know, a big dumb nigga like me, I needs me a football to catch. And I needs to run my head into another man at 15 miles an hour. Like, this nigga, man, like, that's exactly what he's going to say. You know, Ms. Harris, as an HBCU grad, you know, we got to talk about racism in the white man. You know, and then I'm going to have Ocho on my show. And Ocho going to do the same thing. Ocho going to talk about racism, even though he had a reality show where all the women on there was like mixed, Hispanic, or white. Did no woman look like my skin tone at all. Not a single one was my skin tone. Big black, big black, big and black. Club Shay Shay, hey, hey. Can't grow a beard, got a little stump underneath my bottom lip. You know, racism and the white man, and the president, you know, the president called, I remember seeing this nigga on Skip. The president called him SOB. You call Colin Kaepernick an SOB. Now, me, I used to talk I'm offended at that, but I used to talk trash on the court and on the field. Fucking, that's exactly what's gonna happen. So, can I play Shannon Sharp's videos? Hey, Little Wayne, what do you think of racism in the white man? Let me see. Fair use. Fair use. Hey, Master YouTube, fair use. My name's Shannon. See. Remember when the SOBs? Let's see. Here it is right here. Fair use.
Yeah. Going right back again to this man. It's the man and his decisions, man. Respect the man and his decision. That's all I can do. I have no opinion on it, because the things that's, I mean, I'm not into it enough.
Okay, let's get to Barney real quick.
From the racism as opposed to
to where it used to be. It's not cool to them.
Right.
It's not cool to them. It don't matter to them. And when it's so not cool that it doesn't even matter to them. You know, they're like, what? You know, they're like, what happened? And that's their response. That's the millennials' response.
But could it be that you're a musician, and obviously as an
Look at my manicure.
And obviously as an ex-professional athlete or as an entertainer, do you think they treat you differently? Although you are Black, you are a prominent figure in the Black community. Could that be?
That's why I said I'm sure it may be because of my blessings.
Right.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure that's why my path has been different.
Right.
But I'm be first to want to say I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, but it also is the person that I am. I believe strongly that it's the person that I am.
You treat people a certain way.
Exactly.
Like I said, Wayne, I commend you. I'm glad you're speaking. You're not embellishing a story. Being from New Orleans, experiencing what you've been able to experience. I remember reading where you say you accidentally shot yourself, but racism is real. He knows it's real, although he hasn't experienced.
I'm going to explain why he knows it's real. I'm going to explain. I'm going to force my beliefs on him.
Experienced it.
With that said,
shut up, bro.
That night, that day, that I shot myself, the police, I was the only person in the house.
Right.
Police came through there. They knocked the doors down. I was on the floor.
Right.
They jumped over. They all hopped over looking for the drugs and looking for this and that. It was a white police that came, ran up there and stopped and said, "What are y'all doing? Do y'all not see this baby on the floor?" And they said, "We called the ambulance." The ambulance said, "Ambulance, he has a hole in his chest."
Yeah, so that's when he's trying to pressure Lil Wayne. Let me see what else he's, you know. Let me see what else he's dipped into his racism bag. I got a video up right now. I'm just waiting for it. Fair use, fair use.
And I'm unimpressed.
I'm
disappointed, Skip and Joy.
He almost choked on that word.
Because this is the tipping point. Of the 7,537 things that President Trump has said in the last 50 years, him calling an NFL player an SOB is what brought the NFL, the owners and its players together. And while some might be moved by the conscience of these NFL owners, it wasn't their conscience that moved them. It was the cash. Because see, Skip, what we know.
I wrote that. It was the cash. Wasn't their conscience. It was the cash.
About people
I'm a smart man.
Money, they don't like being told what to do. They don't like being bullied. You see, President Trump has bullied a lot of people. The very first thing that he uttered as he strolled down that
bully. He's the bully.
Escalator 2.5 years ago, he said Mexico is sending us their worst.
That's true, sir.
Murderers, rapists, and drug dealers. That didn't shock the conscience of the NFL's owner. Him offending Gold Star families. Nope. Him calling Rosie O'Donnell a pig.
I practiced this monologue in my bathroom this morning.
Him on the Access Hollywood talking about grabbing hoo-ha. That did not shock the very conscience.
It shocked me because I don't like hoo-ha. I like it in my doodah.
Of 7 NFL owners, skipping lie me a second to name those guys. One, Daniel Snyder, the guys on your monitor. Jerry Jones, Mr. Bob Kraft, McNair, Houston Texans, Woody Johnson, Shad Khan. They gave $1 million for the inauguration of President Trump. And now they seem to be shocked Every author that's written a book about President Trump and they started writing books about him in the 1980s, they say he is exactly today as he was then.
Sure.
So that is all I want to say about him. Skip. Now what has happened, because what he said in Alabama, play into it, you know what happens in Alabama, Skip. There's something that's going on in America right now that's more valuable than Google and Apple stock. It's more valuable than gold and Bitcoin. It's called race. It's very valuable. And President Trump, he understands that.
Yeah, and that it's valuable to you because people like you have made it valuable.
But Skip, now I'm unimpressed because this wasn't a protest. This was unity. So what are we showing solidarity against, Skip? We're showing solidarity because President Trump, he challenged the very men, wealthy men, billionaires, and he told them, what you should do if someone protests, you should fire them. They don't like being told what to do, Skip. And then, Skip, he called the players that protested the anthem, he called them SOBs. Think about that now. He called them SOBs. That's what got the owners. That's what got the players to unite. Is that the worst that he's ever said? Absolutely not. Never called Vladimir Putin an SOB. Never called Erdogan of Turkey an SOB. Even those men that...
Yeah, I'm sure Erdogan of Turkey can hit the A-gap pretty hard.
That walked down the streets in Charlottesville, in Virginia, Skip, carrying the tiki lights, hollering what they were hollering, inciting violence. He never said SOB. As a matter of fact, Skip, he said there were some good people in that group. What has transpired, Skip, again? Because what were they uniting against? It's almost like they were uniting against Colin Kaepernick's right for free speech. That's not what Colin Kaepernick was talking about. It's almost like they're uniting against you trying to attack us. Because see what happened, Skip, when he was from the bully pulpit, when he was looking down upon everybody else, the owners never had a problem with that. It wasn't until he came for the NFL that their conscience was shocked. How dare you tell us what we should do? You think you can tell us that we should fire somebody? Because remember, they said First Amendment. Here we are, 14 months after Colin Kaepernick originally kneeled. And when they asked him, he said, it's not about the flag, it's not about the veterans, it's not about the police. It's about the brutality that unarmed men and women of color are suffering. It's about the injustices. It's about the inequities.
Inequities. I want equality. Even though I played a game my entire life that made me unequal to everybody else, but I want equality now. Okay, yeah, bro. Give me a break.
That's going on in America. That's what he said. And still, we talk about the freedom of speech, and all these teams released these statements, said how divisive. Only the Seattle Seahawks touched on what the real issue was. And the problem that I have, Skip, is that these guys, some of them, and I'm very disappointed, and a few I like to...
That's true. He sat down with Cat Williams and wasn't offended at all. Wasn't offended at all. Yeah, but you're offended at Trump, though. Got you.
Say, I'm very disappointed in one of my very best friends, Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis sat in that chair right there and said that he could never kneel. He could never not stand for the national anthem because so many people died and he had family members to fight for this country, and the opportunity and the flag means so much to him. And he kneeled, not on one knee, on both knees. Okay. So what were you kneeling for? You kneeled, you showed solidarity because of what President Trump said. And when Colin Kaepernick is trying to draw attention to the injustices going on, you deem that inappropriate.
Injustices.
LaShawn McCoy, you remember what you said about a month ago about Colin Kaepernick? Not only were you kneeling, you were stretching. You were even worse than kneeling. The hypocrisy. And that's what I find so ironic about this, Skip. The very people that said they could never, ever kneel. Some people, I like Tom Brady. Tom Brady said, I'm not going to touch it. I prefer you do that. But these, all of a sudden, I just want to know, what are you?
because they can't, because they're the ones being bullied. You want us to believe that Trump was the bully. No, you big underbite having Minute Maid lemonade and grit shitting motherfucker. You're the one that's the bully, nigga.
You unifying against? Are you showing unity? Are you showing solidarity against racism or the injustices that's in this
I'm a victim, Skip.
country?
I've been done wrong.
Or are you showing
Please feel sorry for me, Mr. White Man.
solidarity
I swear I'll be good.
against President Trump and what he said? His attack on the very NFL, the shield. Because what we know about above all else, those 32 men and the commissioner will protect that NFL shield at all costs against all foreign and domestic. President Trump had to find out the hard way. They've allowed him to attack so many groups in America.
Find it out how. Isn't that his freedom of speech? Isn't that his First Amendment? He can attack people based upon talking, right? Mr. First Amendment man, racism man.
It wasn't until he came for one of 32 and the 1,600 men, and only a handful of them, Skip, have ever nailed in protest.
Yep.
And he called him an SOB, and that shocked the conscience. Skip, not grabbing the access Hollywood joy, that didn't shock anybody. He offended a Gold Star, a family that lost a son fighting for this country. He called John McCain a loser because he was captured.
Y'all literally did the same thing when John McCain was running for president, so please shut up.
John McCain was a POW in Vietnam. He refused to come home until everybody came home. NFL didn't say a word. Nobody locked arms. So what are we uniting against? What are we standing for now?
I practiced this.
Is what it took.
I practiced my monologue.
If that what shocked your conscience, if that what made you choose to unite, so be it.
You ain't recent.
But there's a bigger issue. And the issue is
my chicken ain't
the
got
racism
no
and the injustices in America, in which Colin Kaepernick took a knee for in the beginning, and only Martellus and Michael Bennett and Malcolm Jenkins and a handful still understand what the issues are.
Okay, so just to be clear, you were unimpressed with the reaction to President Trump's statements of Saturday night that we saw on the field pregame anthem.
That was like on a scale of 1 to 10 of things that he said, that's like a 2.
Okay.
I'm offended. Bitch ass up. Oh, I don't know what to do now, bro. I'm on stream for 2 hours, bro. What am I gonna do? 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 Oh, I'm at the end of the stream, bro. I ain't got nothing else to talk about, man. Anybody else want me to review anything? All right, I gotta end the stream, bro. Do a panel. A panel of who? A panel of who? All right, I dropped the stream. Oh, yeah, Princess. Yeah, that clown. I don't know who he is, but... Well, I dropped the link. Man, my numbers keep going back up. SOBs. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I see this Raging Tomato person's on. I don't respond. I need to get to the gym. Skip. Let me now I got to go back to my Japanese cooking videos, right? Let me see. I'm actually not gonna go. I may go down and do some push-ups and go get on the yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I've been on it, man. Y'all ready to get it in real quick? Y'all ready to go on a trip? You ready to go on a trip to Tokyo? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to Tokyo. Nah, I'll just be watching these videos, bro. Yeah.
Medium, please. Medium.
Medium, huh? I'm more of a medium rare guy myself. Oh yeah.
Colin Allred is a former NFL.
All right. I'm done.